One time at the big and I ain't too proud. Don't let it go to your head, it might weigh you down. Them emotions and you fed up and way too loud. Don't let it go to your head, it might weigh you down. All of my youngins was ripping and running for the money, doing wrong. You say you righteous cause you never liked to admit it when you was wrong. To pull up is something from nothing, we stunting and jumping into them phones. Whole team in uniform, she looking for the unicorn. Way out the way, way out the way. We've been to and from, we've been to and from. Every day I pray, every day I pray. She looking for the unicorn.
Hoodie Lux new album, Talk Dirty, available now.
Yo, it's Drect Rap Grid. I'm here with Hoodie Lux. You know what's up when I'm rolling up, man.
Huh? You talking that talk? I got you talking that talk.
Yeah, man. I've been hearing it for a while, man. For a while. From the DVDs to 106 to the new era.
I'm a Cosby kid, man.
Oh, man.
Keep telling them.
So you got a lot going on. You don't always do interviews, and I know everything you do is planned, is calculated. You're a very cerebral person, so I know it's all for a reason. So thanks for just getting the time to hop on this web chat with us. I want to we gotta get you playing chess in the park or something like that, man. We gotta do something like that.
Yeah. Come on the set, man.
Right, I'm gonna come to Harlem and we're gonna do some real in-depth biography type joint.
Yeah, walk with me, bro.
All right, but man, there's so much going on right now. You just came off the classic battle with Arsonal.
Healthy.
People are speculating on who you may battle next, who or trying to force you to battle who they want to battle. You know what I mean? You have new music out. There's a lot going on, but for this interview, I kind of want to take people back in time a little bit, and then bring them back to present day, and you'll see what I'm talking about right here, right?
All right.
All right. So when you came in and you battled Mook, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was almost like the shot heard around the world. Everybody seen that battle. If they was counting views back then, that probably would have been up there in the 50 millions, Then I think what solidified the legendary status was the battle with Miles, right?
Yeah, no, they like that battle with Miles too. Yeah, we was on. Yeah, we was. I was at another space. I remember that because I remember the whole scene when I walk up to Black Star at that time. 'Cause I think either Miles and them was outside. Yeah, they wasn't inside the venue yet. But it's that same feeling when something magical about to happen. It's just ownership of the moment. It's like, okay, he's here now. Show arrived. Like, let's go. And then I know when that shit is just it's gonna flow my way. Like I just know it. Yeah, I remember that shit. Like Miles was outside and just the energy. It was just like, yeah, he's not ready. Not ready. I seen it. Yo, it's a vibe from the first handshake. Oh yeah.
So when you stepped in there that day, right? You had something planned. There was just lyrically, it was on another level than I think what we had seen in battle rap up to that point. And what makes it interesting is that it was a completely different approach from the one you took against Mook. With Mook, it was more straight to the point. The charisma was there, the delivery was there, but it was just lyrically was just a completely different approach. And I don't think people foresaw you doing that against Miles the way you did it. And I guess just mentally, what made you attack Miles in that way?
Well, from the door, the pressure. I didn't have long to prepare. I had something in the kitty. I had something ready to go. But then, so you gotta know, right? You gotta remember this. This is the DVDs era. So Smack and Beastie still was a team at this point, so I got the word ahead of time on when the DVD was supposed to come out. So when we got the word ahead of time, I remember this because we was still going uptown to record. I remember the shit because we was just in the car. I was listening to Cassidy or some shit. It's funny the things you remember when you remember moments.
Yeah.
But like, so look, Beasley and Smack still cool. So Beasley, I caught the heads up. They were dropping in like 2-3 weeks, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think somebody was supposed to battle, and either they backed out or something. I don't know who. You had to ask Miles that, right? Ask
Okay.
Miles who. Ask Miles who he was supposed to battle. Before it was me, because we didn't have that long to prepare. We only had about maybe 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, if that. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Ask Miles though. I don't know who he's supposed to battle, but I caught that little interview right there where it was like a free, and I'm like, oh, I gotta jump on that wave because I think after the battle with Mook, I didn't battle the next DVD, so I felt like I was okay. I'm missing this traffic right now.
Yeah.
Like they only see me one time, but you gotta think Mook is consistent. Once Mook, after me, Mook on his third battle already, like on the DVD. Like you gotta know Smack is the platform at that time. So I'm like, yo, I gotta catch up. So that's how that happened, and then it just so happened that it was 2-3 weeks prior, and I remember seeing the Miles and Rex prior to though.
Mm-hmm.
Miles was going crazy. I said, this nigga's crazy though. He had a different. I didn't know niggas was giving it up, and he had the new Detroit wave. Like,
Yeah.
get your rib pack. How he say? How he say? Stomach on your rib pack fried. Some shit. I forgot. Yo, man, I was going. My fault, man. I don't mean to mess the lines.
Nah, good.
That shit was fire though. I remember that shit, your rib pack fried. He was doing some shit. And I was like, yo, he had us fucked up. Miles is. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get. And when they told me it was Miles, I was like, yeah, dope, cause he ain't no slouch. And it was like, yeah, man. From there, it was on.
So how did you go from? And there's I keep saying lyrically because I really want to see what the thought process was. How did you go from, God damn it, this nigga's parents smacked some shit up on his face to I'm the king, I coupons, now cut it out?
Staying in that dojo, you heard?
Yeah.
Staying in that dojo, like, and that's the thing, right? Persistence, man. It's just persistence. Like, you'll never beat me, even if, like, listen, life is a war for real. Amidst all the battles, you'll never beat me. I don't. Like, there's no such thing as not doing what I do. Like, for real. Like, I think about, like, niggas saying Hove, like, how, the age, and I just think that demographic-wise, they feel like certain things are for certain demographics, and you can marginalize life however you so choose, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But artistic expression is in everything. Like, it's literally in everything. I don't care what you do. It's a certain grace when a man walks. Like, he does it in a certain form. Like, that shit is all art. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if it wouldn't be directly music or, like, rap, I would be creating. Like,
Yeah.
I just love to create, and I understand the science of creativity. So, I just wanted to be... it's not that I wanted to always be the best. I just wanted to be a man amongst men. Like, I wanted to be amongst the pack. Like,
Do you think after seeing yourself on camera the first time, when you got prepared to be, seen by the whole world on that
hell yeah.
second time, you
Hell yeah.
you thought what you wanted to look like on the set. You envisioned it.
It gives you another, like, space to create from, because, like, you never had that. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the first time you hear yourself in the studio, it's like, yo, that's what I sound like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all these years I'm rapping to dudes, it's like, yo, that's what I look like when I'm like, word? I've never seen it, bro. Never seen it. So it's like, these things they compel you. They say where there's knowledge, there's more knowledge. You want to know more because, truth be told, I'm learning myself. I'm learning me through all these different avenues that I so choose to take on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm passionate. In each role that I'm that passionate about taking on, that's the degree in which myself is shown to me. I'm like, yo, oh shit, I didn't, word. But I like that. I didn't never know I like that. It's like trying new food. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So the palate is like, it's changing as I'm going through these different metamorphoses. And it's like, how could you not? You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you do. How could you not want to know? I
That's
don't know.
dope. And let me ask you this: do you feel directly responsible for, I guess, changing? All right, I'll put it to you like this. I'm gonna give you an example in the hip hop industry, right?
Okay.
An analogy. Um, I remember when Kanye West dropped College Dropout, and he was talking about spaceship and dropping out of college, and I literally said to myself, I didn't even know you could rap about that kind of shit, and it was, you know what I mean. And I think a lot of people had that experience when you came on the scene, spitting that real potent shit, but with the charisma. And that's the key. The same charisma that all these dudes in the street were rapping with that had you so attracted to their style. Did you know at the time that you had changed people's perception of how to put together a battle rhyme?
Nah, nah. I guess I wasn't looking for it at the time. I just was trying to find that pocket, find my pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My feel, it's there's a space between thought and feeling. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Between the mind and the heart. And I think when you find that special balance, it's like you're in your zen, like you're in your magical space, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I was just always trying to be there because like you gotta understand, all right, so I come up when the dudes I come up under when they was feeding me, that different food for thought for me to hone my skills with, they were very visual,
Mm-hmm.
like very animated. So when they said things, they showed it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They showed it to you, right? So it was like you gotta think like if you see Head Ice, like Head Ice he commands attention, like you know what I'm saying? So him and a few others, man. Shout out to my man GG. That's a few others, man. I can't. It's kind of innumerable, but
Yeah.
I
Is it a
agree with you.
Harlem thing?
Very
Is it
very
Harlem?
much so. Very much
Yeah.
so, because like you watch and you hear the greats that are already out there doing it, but it's another thing for somebody to walk that walk with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as you develop and they're showing you, and then boom, boom, boom. So I'm getting it every day, but not listening to dudes coming through the. I'm in the square. I'm on a set, so it's different. Like you know what I mean. So already, off the porch, like it ain't like watching a video, listening to a dude album. The set is different. Like up there, close and personal. It's like I'm in ciphers. I'm watching dudes show me, and I'm talking about these is dudes that was nice. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Nice. Like 9 times out of 10, they going to any cipher and shutting it down. Like, cause see, Harlem. Only reason why I equate Harlem to being, a mecca in the battlefield. Something happened. Like there was a moment where, well, at least I couldn't hear the shot. You know what I'm saying? Or it wasn't that loud wherever it was going on at. But like Barrows, I mean, battle rap was a thing. But like I've been to different sets around New York. And other than underground, maybe scribble jam sets or different, backpack sets that may have been happening
Yeah.
on the street, though. I'm talking about on the street, though. Harlem, we carried that. Like, that was a thing to do. That was a part of the culture in Harlem. Like, if dudes just coming through the hood and boom, 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 like, this is prevalent, though, Rec. Like, this is like going to the park or going outside to wherever you going, and dudes is in a circle, huddled up. Like, yo, that's crazy you taking me there, right? Because I can't remember the last time I really walked through or came through anywhere outside of it being set up, it being an appointment, and somebody saying scheduling, yo, it's gonna be a cipher. Boom, 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 boom. Meet here. I can't remember the last time I just walked out and came through the hood and it was just like, yo, niggas, it's just a cipher's just happening organically happening. And
Yeah,
I honestly can't remember the
but
last time I've seen that.
the YouTube age is changing that because everybody got a camera phone out. It's not the
Yeah,
same, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. I seen epic battles that never was recorded and shit like.
Well, I'm so glad you brought that up because you like you know me, like I'm on some of the current stuff, but my biggest thing is being a historian and just collecting all the
Yeah,
info, all the data that's out there. And
yeah.
when I talk to Rex, Ice, Mook, Goods, like they tell me about shit that happened so long ago that you would never know unless you had a private conversation with one of y'all. So is there
Mm,
any battle you were part of or something you saw that the world never heard of or never got a chance to see before?
yo, listen, B. I'm be honest, like, as far as Harlem is concerned, they put me and Mook in that space, you know what I'm saying? I always talk, matter of fact, Hip Hop DX had an interview I spoke his name up in and they quoted it. But, like, and if Mook or Rex or Clips or any dudes out there in the town that, like, see this interview, they'll know what I'm talking about. But it was this kid named, they called him Den 10, Den Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the time, I could really say Den Diddy might have been the hottest battle rapper in Harlem. And do you understand? Like Rex had a name, Mills had a name. Like this is kind of before like Mook was creeping on the scene. See, Mook got on the scene. Mook was doing what he was doing. I guess you know what I mean. Downtown, East Side flow, or just no. Mook was on the West Side though. Downtown, he was just doing his thing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But like he crept in with the DVD age. So when Mook come through, it's like camera action already. Not saying he wasn't because he come out of like Rex and you know what I'm saying
Yeah,
with
yeah.
downtown. So listen, our CNN was literally what phone conversations or you seen somebody in person talked about. Like, yo, bro, battles just happening, yo, and the nigga sit there and give you the visual. And you be
Yeah.
like, word. And that was your information. That was just CNN. And you had to take that and like, I heard about, yeah, yeah. You got,
All word of mouth shit.
all word of mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like now when I think about it, it's like, damn, that shit is special. It's funny what you take for granted at the times when it was happening. Like, but this kid then did it, you know what I mean? Not to get off the point. I might have battled him once. Yeah, I battled Denton once. And like, yeah, I was a pup and I was soaking in the games. As advanced as he was though. Cause even Rex was nice. Rex had the name. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. Rex, at this time I'm talking about Den 10, Rex got the name. But Den 10 is like, he the real thing though.
Yeah.
He the real thing. Just ride on the 10 speed, boom, boom. He battle anybody, hop off the bike and go to work, B. And what made Den Diddy so dope because Den had this presence. Like he personified presence.
Mm-hmm.
And he was nice lyrically. He the first dude I heard do left right juxtaposes, like giving it to you, like hit you with so many lefts, none of them right.
Oh
He
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
doing shit like that when we was pups, like you know what I'm saying. So like lyrically, he was, and he could take command of any crowd. Like I would have loved to have seen him and Had Ice in a battle.
So why didn't he come along into that new era? You know what I mean? Do you think?
Cause yeah, then was in the streets though too. Like you know what I'm saying. So like shit was happening. Like yo man, I'm glad he's still here. Like he nigga took one in the head, man.
Mm.
Or know what I mean? Cause like yo niggas was. Cause yeah, matter of fact, shout out to I know what crew he was with. You know what I'm saying? Was running around. They was in some things, B. You know what I'm saying? So like, shit happens, especially in the hood. Especially at that time too. It was still a little bit more thicker. You know what I'm saying? The hood is different now. But like then it was, you know what I mean? So yeah, the crew he was with, like they was into things. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he got shot in the head, B. And when he finally got back, you know what I'm saying? You know, grace of God, you know what I'm saying? He ain't take getting from us, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shit just was moving, you know what I mean? You know, he might have had a year and some change, maybe 2 years off after that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, once you start soaking up game, you know, it's prevalent. And it's up to you to hone every piece of information that you get, go to your lab with and develop it.
Yeah.
Turn it into wisdom. That's our job. That's what we do as, you know, human beings. But, you know, once I was soaking all that game, ripping and running around, yo, I was sick, wreck. Listen, man. It surprises me now when I'm really paying attention to my work ethic because now I'm really assessing that with the time that I have for everything. Okay, family time. You know, I gotta go to work here and then boom boom. So I never really paid attention to my work ethic then. It was just what it was. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You don't pay attention to, okay, I'm taking out time for this. It wasn't what it was. It was just, this is what I do. It's what I did. Like, and it was crazy because we was in the thick of things and loving it so much it didn't even feel like I was just writing and getting, you know what I mean, trying to be better, and that shit was, you know, mine.
Now,
Mental growth.
now I don't want to get into these super great stories because we got to save some for the real life. You know what I
Right, right.
mean? We can't be doing the 4 hour all everything loaded Lux.
Yeah, nah,
You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
yeah.
But
I'm gonna shorten my answers.
no, no, you good because I do want to touch on a couple things before we get into the Arsenal battle, your
Okay.
album, and then the other things we got coming up. But this is good though. This is good. This is good shit. People are gonna love this.
No doubt.
Um, when I said that you had elevated and kind of changed, and I made the whole Kanye West college dropout comparison to what you did in the Miles battle. A lot of times I talk to battlers and I say, you know, you were the first to do this, or you know, you did this, and they say, damn, like I didn't even understand that. Like I remember I was talking to Sirius about grabbing his nose and kind of talking, you know what I mean? And he was kind of
Yeah.
like, I never thought about it that way, you know what I mean?
And not to cut your wisdom
Yeah,
right there, cause shout out to Sirius. Jones used to run around the same neck of the woods that, you know what I mean? Because he's from Jersey, but, you know, his family really tight-knit. Harlem, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So, look, I tell dudes about the touching the nose thing. It just was a thing. A mister, you know.
Yeah,
So, nah, because you gotta listen. You gotta have disclaimers nowadays with this new shit.
yeah,
Because they don't know. Because I gotta have disclaimers like, okay, with the whole doing coke shit and that, I hear it all. Like, and it's crazy, but it's dope that we have a conversation. So those that truly study and are, you know, connoisseurs like yourself and really want to know, I like to do the science. I like to take you from A to Z so you can know the premise of certain things and how that came about. I'm like you too, Rick. I
yeah.
get into that too. That's everything. You can't. How you gonna go where you going and you don't know where it came from?
Exactly, exactly.
I'm with you, King. I'm with you.
It's
Yeah, not to
good.
cut your wisdom though, but yeah, a lot of us started some things that we had no knowledge of. I can imagine, yo.
Did you realize when you battled Calicoe, you did it again, but on another level? It's like you had that impact on the game. Like I remember after your battle with Calicoe dropped, seeing people. There was a battle that went down, and I remember, dude, he had took his whole third round to break down the whole blood and crip thing and like the mind state between being a gang member and I was like, damn, like that's a direct influence from Lux. Then I started seeing more and more people do that. Now, as Averb would tell it, you were inspired by his joint with Hitman. Do you see it that way, or do you feel like because to be honest, I didn't think about that till Averb actually said it.
No, and
You know
here's
what I
the
mean?
thing. Here's the thing, and I promise. Listen, I'm sincere with these because I want my
Yeah.
credit too. If it comes about and something happen to come up, because you know we ain't gonna be here forever. And I do believe in all of us being a vanguard. You know what I'm saying, and upholding certain, you know, just as being human beings. So I would never take something from somebody that's well deserved. And because I got respect for all my predecessors. And
Mm-hmm.
here's the honest truth. I think that battle may have dropped around the time I was in preparation for Calicoe.
Okay.
Now, mind you, yeah, this is real talk, not never taken up from Averb. I used to see the clip of some big girl. That's how you talk to your son. Like, but I only used to see the clip. Now, mind you, I chew shit. Lie to you not. I didn't see the battle with Verb and Hitman. I did not see that battle prior to me conjuring. Now, that's the funny thing, right? Because you gotta understand, there are waves that people don't know. I be on some like real, like, as far as studying and then just trying to know more of self. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these things I tune myself with, but there are waves of thought. You know what I'm saying? And we both may have caught that wave. You know what I'm saying? But to say that I directly studied what he did with Hitman and then went to go critique it and do it the same way, boom, 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 boom. No, that wasn't the case. I was aware that he gave it up though,
Mm-hmm.
because I knew about the big girl. That's how you talk to your son, and boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
As you know, because I reference it before I go into the Calicoe spill. I reference it when I do. I forgot exactly what I said. That the somebody I know what I'm talking about when I said this is a line, but I talk about I'm mentioning Verb and Hitman because I'm talking about they had the same deaf and style. I remember I said something like that, same deaf and style, and I was using that as a reference point to say where I'm about to segue into.
Yeah.
So I knew that I was going to take that approach. Now, I guess he definitely did. If you would count it as breaking somebody down, I guess he broke him down. But more of an approach of, I guess, him knowing Holla, he was breaking Holla down. I
Yeah.
wanted to go. My approach was the glorification of being street or being what this is. I want to just tell you what you really talking about. I want to say to you what the message that you putting out here in a broader space so you can see, and not just so you can get it. Everybody who's reflecting this lifestyle, what comes with that. So I really didn't give it to him like, okay, I'm gonna execute this exactly how Verb did that. That was not my mindset when I went to do it. Definitely shout out to how he gave that up because I think that was a classic moment in his career as well. Like
Yeah.
with that third round, you know what I'm saying? And we just I don't know. I was passionate and sincere about the message that I came to deliver that day. So, and I think that me having to have that goal to say what I needed to say, that sparked the commencement of even wanting to go with the whole funeral arrangements and the whole funeral thing because my whole thing is just like death to all of this, and I'm walking in as it was something like I needed that moment, and I don't know, no lie, Rec. It was just like sometimes you gotta be wholehearted in what you're doing, and how they sometimes people say let God take the wheel, man. Not to sound like on some, but sometimes you gotta be in that space to where, all right, you so tapped in and attuned with what you doing,
Mm-hmm.
man. There ain't no thinking. It's just it's that thing, man. And I felt like that's what we had. But yo, shout out to Verb, but like that wasn't definitely my intention. Like, oh, you did that. I'm taking that exact spill.
Nah, nah. But I'm glad you said that, and this is why I brought it up. So for people watching and say, "Oh, why would you bring that up?" I mean, because it's something that A Verb says. It's a narrative that he started. You know what I mean? And with
Yeah,
him being so big, people are gonna listen. But my 2 cents on it is A Verb said, "I'm gonna talk to you from knowing you personally, right? I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna wrap it up in a pretty bow at the end in a way no one has done before." You know what I mean? To me, what you did, first of all, it was a show. You know what I mean? Second
oh,
of
it's a
all,
TV show.
and that's smart to me because I always say that you have a lot of people with good messages, but they don't know how to wrap it up in a way that will make people listen. Right?
Yeah,
You give them
yeah,
the visual aspect. You know what I mean? Of your delivery, but also of the props, the casket. You had weeping widows. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then celebrities being there and everything. That just gave more energy to the moment, and I just feel like Cal. You might have been able to do that against somebody else, but the way Calico responded in the moment and the way it played out, I just feel like it was perfect. The stars aligned, and that was your moment. Now you,
Stars, man. When they align, and that's the only thing I can chalk it up to. I don't really like to take too much credit
yeah.
outside of all right work ethic, and I just wanted to be focused on what I was doing. But outside of that, man, that shit happened.
And here's the biggest thing I want to talk about with that battle, because I feel like it's important to the rest of your career. Is I always tell people that I'm the way I look at it now, I might have it as my number one battle of all time. Because if you're just watching it from just from a viewership standpoint, let's say you don't know a lot about battle rap, you can grasp he's winning, he's losing, but you don't really get into the bars that deep. The number one thing that I had is that it's anticlimactic as a movie. You know what I mean? How it
Mm,
starts off, with the choke, and then Calico is look like he gonna cruise to victory, and how you gotta turn the wheels around now. In that moment, when you lost where you was at and you had to say the rhyme over, was like yo, I've been in battles. And I know what that's like. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Does your heart sink at that moment? Or are you like, oh, I'm gonna bring it back in the second round?
Yo, I mean, so much, right? Now, this is where the preparation is key. So much is running through your mind. You understand? And it's like flashes. And it's like, what do I hold on to true to, like, to just get footing, to get
Hmm.
ground again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, because, bro, like I said, I could have easily did a whole bunch of different things after that moment. You know what I'm saying? And why, yo, man, I couldn't tell you why specifically I chose that choice over that choice. Outside of it feeling like, nah. And something that when you go into that space, freeze all thinking. Thought just cease.
Yeah.
And that's when you're alive. Like you're in a space to where, okay, I'm using a whole bunch of other shit that, and like the first thing that comes to me is like, nah, he gotta get that. That was crazy. I know what I got. He gotta get that.
Yeah.
That's what. And then look, all first verse, and then it's just you can't plan this shit. You can't. You have to experience it. You just have to let it happen.
Did you know that your fan base was that big? Like before you stepped on the stage and saw people clap and scream when you walked out, or were you like, damn?
This is where I was at with it. I was like, I know I'm popping, but I remember different blogs and different things that was happening and going on leading up to all of this stuff, to where we wasn't active. You
Hmm.
got to remember, right before that, we wasn't too active. We was doing things on the set, but niggas talking crazy. There's a lot of talk like, yo, he can't talk. He not doing nothing. There was a lot of like all of that. So you got to understand the focus leading all the way up to this is like, I know I'm walking in here who I am, but what I'm, all right, to whom much is given is much expected. You know what I mean? And that's the aphorism it's one of those I live by because the, 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 the the price people put on a stature or what you mean to that degree alone, once you take on that, they're setting bars and they're setting expectations.
Yeah.
You understand? And either you're gonna meet those or exceed those. Either way, they're there
Yeah.
because of the playing field. So my whole thing, I think that was one of the key things that drove me, knowing that people expect certain things and we are who we are, but it drove me to want to be more, to want to, keep that, focus that, oh man, I got to come in here and do what I need to do. But did I know that we was, you know, people, tuned into us? Yeah, I knew. I knew that. But to see it though, now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Knowing it is cool because you get in the little spurts of it through the online presence and boom, boom. Okay, yeah, I see. All right, y'all tuned in, boom, boom, boom. But to see it in a building and then they tell you and show you how they feel right there, that was like the part when I'm coming through with the casket through the crowd. Yo, that's so crazy.
Mhm.
Like I'm shaking hands, I'm kissing, I'm doing all of that, but bro, we coming through we walk dead like split the sea, like right. And yo, that shit right there, that catapulted like, yo. I think that's where the cause the ambiance is there now. It's like, oh shit, I'm getting hit with a lot right now, like, you know what I'm saying? So that was definitely one of those moments. Yes, I did not know. Well, I did know, but to see that, yeah, that's one of the top 10 like moments of like my life. Like just being in the presence of something about to
Yeah.
happen. I love
I mean,
it.
that's one of the top 10 moments in battle history and one of the top moments in hip hop history that night. You know what I mean? That moment. So,
Yeah, that was crazy, man. Yeah, no, it was definitely impactful, man. I can't, I don't like to hold that moment alone. That shit was a line. Like, shout out to Calicoe, shout out to Smack. You gotta think of everybody's efforts that made up that one moment. Like, that shit is crazy, right?
yeah.
Your
So,
life is crazy, bro. I love
before
this shit.
before we get into the battle with Arsenal, um, I kind of want to talk about the ups and downs battle wise and your lead up into that moment, right? So,
Okay.
you leave the Calico battle an even bigger star than you were going into it, right? It might have been times 3 or 4. You at this point, I feel like you and Mook are the ambassadors for battle rap. Mook in name, you know what I mean? Whether or not
Right.
people liked his battle that night, his name was synonymous with
It's a fact.
underground street battle rap. And I feel like that night, your name was just as synonymous going into the new era. You know what I mean? Um, you Hollow Battle is epic. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
people gonna argue about that to the end of time, and I feel like that's what a battle is supposed to be, right? To me, that was almost a perfect. If there's a such thing as a perfect battle, maybe that was like 96%. Man, 96 to 99. You know what I'm saying? This is, but
Yeah.
but as far as the battles after that, the Mook battle, right?
Uh-huh.
Did I feel like in order to get better, um, you have to. I put it like this. My mom always told me this: going through shit builds character. We got you on the phone charging now. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
gonna be like, "Why the angle switch up?"
Right. Tell them that's what's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I was saying was that it's so funny. My mom always says going through shit builds character, and that's how I looked at it with the Mook battle. The weird thing was, as far as just battle rapping goes, you're in a weird space because what you did with the whole gray Hoodie Lux thing with Miles, and what you did at the funeral for Calicoe. Lyrically, those are like the two highest points that you can get to in battle rap, right?
Right.
So it's like, all right, are you going to come in a spaceship and beam a nigga up? Like, what are you gonna do next? You know what I mean?
I
It's
know,
hard.
man.
It's hard to top yourself, and then you know what I mean. You have the you have the classic with Hollow. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Which makes it. It's like you creating this character that you have to live up to. You know what I mean?
I made it tough. I made it tough.
hmm
I
So
don't come in and play the game more easy. I gotta play it on the harder way.
so when you battle Mook the second time, it's funny because I was consulting with Shady. They had called me in to get my opinion on the card and stuff like that. And
Mm.
my opinion was hell no, don't do that. If you have something that's like perfect, especially in battle rap, street battles where the time limits don't exist, you know what I mean? You don't need to
Right.
have a rematch because you said everything to him. You know what I mean? You got 12. to 15 minutes to say everything to him that you could have possibly ever said.
Right.
Yeah. So unless something happens or y'all fight or something crazy happens or y'all go on a Maury show or something, it's not that much more to talk about.
Much data.
Exactly. So that was my issue, just analyzing you and Mook from the outside, you know. And I think Mook is one of the best angle based rappers. You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
try to drag his punchlines or wordplay or whatever, but the angles he takes, he is quick to the point and he is effective and he gets to the next topic fast, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Angles. I agree.
so I think the biggest thing with you was I see what you was doing. You was Gucci down. You know what I mean? That was the vintage Harlem representation. You know what I mean? I saw what you was doing.
Right.
The fly rugged shit Aladdin is one of my favorite bars. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Oh, you okay? You
Yeah.
you right?
But I feel like after that first round, when Mook was just breaking down the delegated and the situated and litigated and mitigated and all the aided shit, you know what I'm saying?
He did that.
I Going into that, I didn't know how you would respond to somebody trying to attack your style, knowing that if you took bars off to kind of do a rebuttal, that you might not have enough time to get your message across. You know what I mean? Is it like, do I pre-write a rebuttal? Do I abandon ship in the middle of what I'm trying to do?
Right,
You,
right,
you know?
right, right.
So how did that battle affect you? Because I remember seeing you after that, and you know how sometimes after a certain battle you see somebody and you're like, I'm not gonna say nothing. Cause if you like, oh, that was fire, nigga be like, get out of my face.
Nah, yeah. Yo, it's funny how because you started this spill off with like the bombs letting you know that you know going through things build character.
Yeah,
At the time that move battle was happening, like in all honesty, it was like there was it wasn't purposeful.
yeah,
You understand? It didn't have meaning. And with a whole, it's like I'm a passionate fighter, man. Like I'm telling you,
hmm
you give me that thing in I'm a passionate fighter. So what should have went into round two, Loaded Lux and Murder Mook, based off of it was a new wave. It was a lot of different things that I was up against that was new to me, that didn't allow for you to get that performance. You know what I'm saying? So it had holes in it. I mean, from my standpoint,
hmm
from my perspective, you know what I mean? I need to. It got to be deeper than money for me. It got to be like so. When that's not the case, yeah, you get the performance like that you get from Lux because it's like it's not driven on anything that really means or stands for something. Like you know what I'm saying? I need that though, right? Like I need that, man. So you know, you got to think. Me and Hollow, that was 3 years in the making. This was for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? The whole Calicoe. It's just these different things, these fights when they have purpose. For me personally, it takes me into a whole nother space mentally, intuitively. You know, I'll drive myself physically to a whole nother space. So when you taking on all of those different things and adding all those to optimal performance with those attributes, like I'm just a whole nother different person. So you didn't get that performance from me that night with Mook because yeah, it wasn't. It was like, and I came right off the Hollow battle. I remember this shit because Hollow happened January 27th or 28th, or the top of the year. It happened in January, and
yeah.
then the me and Mook battle went on. I think if I'm not mistaken, it was August 7th.
Man, I would love to be like, yeah, that's the date, because I know people think I know that shit, but I
I
can't
don't
even
know why.
lie.
I see these shits though.
Yeah,
I see them, like you know. So I know the I know they're right around them dates though. January 27th, 28th was the me and Hollow battle. I got pictorial memory of it though, Rick. Don't feel no way because you know
yeah,
when you writing, you know.
yeah. Nah, I know. You one of them dudes
So
that write the date at the top of your notebook paper, like
yeah,
school.
yeah, shit like that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Going down the stretch, it was this whole new thing. And then Shady was walking us through a whole TV thing, and it was a lot. And I still came from a purist form. And then you understand, I'm coming into a new space of myself as all of this is happening. Yo, I'm learning so much about balance. Even now, I'm coming into new spaces of myself to where, okay, I can see the details a little bit more keener in
Hmm.
finding my correct balance. Like, okay, I'm there. I'm who I need to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still coming into myself. Like, it's growth, but it's like Mama Love say, man. You got to go through these things. You know what I mean?
I feel like at the end of the day, like whenever you decide you want to retire, if it's just a flawless straight across, like let's take Mayweather for instance. You say, yeah, he's 50-0, but he fought a bunch of scrubs. He did this. Like people start speculating when they feel like you didn't take those challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like look at Ali. Like Ali had his ups and downs, but he's the greatest. You can't put Mayweather's name nowhere
Right,
near Ali's when you talk about that. You know, so
right,
this
right.
is this is just food for thought for everybody watching and going along with the conversation. You know.
Yeah, we definitely, man. My pops, man, he instilled that, man. He said we take on all challenges. Like if you say you that thing and you total package, then what you mean? There's no, it's everything and everybody. And I just on the topic of boxing, because then you use that as a reference. He
Yeah.
used to say that about Sugar Shane Mosley. My pops, like, yo,
Oh yeah.
I respect Shane, like the Mosley fan, because they took on everybody. Like it don't matter who. If he said he's that, all right, that type of attitude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Mook would be like Floyd, like real strategic, real like, okay, all right, let's catch that. Let's spin the block with this. Okay,
Yeah.
a little bit like.
That's funny.
Yeah, shout out to Mook, but yo, man, I have that demeanor, and I have those different things that were inculcated in me because that was my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? You had to be the total package, and that's why you got loaded in front of the Lux. And that's what that signifies for me. So yeah, man, it's tough. It's
So
work.
I, I don't know if you've heard this yet, but I'm about to put you on game. I've coined a term in battle rap that I like to call puzzle rapping, right? And
Okay.
in puzzle rapping is when you take a whole bunch of pieces, just like a jigsaw puzzle. All these pieces are associated with each other, but you just jam it together in a way that doesn't necessarily make the puzzle fit, right? And I see a
Mm.
lot of people right now. I feel like either you have over delivery, some of the young cats, they either over deliver and they do all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Or they turn around and have minimal delivery with superior lyrics. You know what I mean? But I just feel like
Mm.
all this shit is fitting together the puzzle.
Say
Like,
all this shit.
yeah. When you do the Burger King, the McDonald's, you get your French fried because the Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that shit has where are you going? You know what I mean? So, but I do feel like as a defense mechanism, if you lyrically getting roasted by somebody, I feel like and you can't perform on that level, your natural reaction is to be like, "What are you talking about? I don't understand you." Right? So you have
Hmm.
this whole wave of people that think just because you lyrical, you puzzle rapping. So I just want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I want to know like what's the difference between puzzle rapping and putting something potent together, and how has that affected what you do?
Oh man, how's it affected? All right, so man, all right. So when you say puzzle rapping, right? Just
Yes.
just just so we clear, is it is it that one side is there and the other is not?
Yes, it's the shit that sound good, but as soon as you put it underneath that microscopic
Oh,
lens, it look like scribble scrabble. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Must agree. A lot of that going on. A lot of that going on. See, all right. So look, I come up under a class that's very, very strict about penmanship.
Hmm.
We listened a lot. we listen intently. I'm still from the, you know, the mixtape era, the core mixtape era. You got to catch Fab and the Locks on Clue and like, you know, I'm just from where, I guess because we didn't see it, sometimes you had to study it and listen to it. Like, I did a lot of listening. Like, a lot of listening, bro. Like, we had, like, putting the tissue in the tape and recording all of it. Borrowing my man mixtapes. Like, yo, bro, let me get that tape, like, for the night. Keeping it
Yeah.
for a week. Shit like that. Like, bro, we did a lot of listening. I remember on my grandmother's, like, RCA, like popping like tapes in there, and, you know what I mean, pulling her gospel joints out, like, or hiding them shits like Sundays, and when I just wanted to listen to because it was crazy, like hooking my head. So I did a lot of that, and I'm only making that a point to say to people that thing with the senses, like, you know, they say you have 5, 6 senses. Well, you know,
Yeah,
depending on who you are,
I got
you know
you.
what I mean. You take one away, the other one's heightened. That's real. That's really real. You know what I mean? You listen more intently when you can't see.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So the way things resonated with me back then was, that nigga, you heard what he said? Like, we from that school. Like, yo, did you hear what he said? Not like, did you see that shit? But did you hear it? You know what I mean? How he gave that thing up, and we were so into the science of breaking, like, down that piece, and like, no, break it up, and then, the nigga put this with that, and that's crazy. How you think it? So we was so into that art form. You understand me? I think, and I hope not. That's why we vanguards, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they don't lose what it is to really, really sit down and scribe something from A to Z, top to bottom, that makes full sense. Now, feel me when I say full sense, because there are different levels to painting something, or the way something resonates with you. Like, it can hit you with spurts, or it can really, really be visceral when it comes, based off of how much intent is put into that piece that somebody's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can give you a spill, and the depth that I went into to crafting that spill, when I give it to you, bro, it's really gonna land like that. You're gonna appreciate it. Like, that's that shit. That's potency. And I think a lot of the youngins never got that school of thought, so they bypass that. They don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit need to sound and look like this, and
Exactly.
then I'll catch on to what you're saying. Whereas to us, that shit need to sound like, did you hear what he said first before he start performing all that shit?
Mm-hmm.
We listening, bro. We listening, and then a nigga give you that was crazy how he put together. That's what I'm from that school,
Mm-hmm.
So, what's more important? I could say that's preference. This would be a perfect segue to the me and Ars battle too.
Exactly. That's what. Yep. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yep.
So I could truly say it's a preference thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not hip to it, if you don't even know what you're missing, how could you even want it? You know what I mean? How could you appreciate it?
Exactly. Now.
So I get it. And these are conversations that really we need to have amongst each other. I don't care the young, old, middle ground, wherever you feel you at, so we can all pull and learn from each other. Like, I really mean this.
Exactly.
Because, like, in the beginning, people bash mumble rap. But then if you listen, not narrow-minded, not to shun, but if you just listen to feel and be a part of what's going on, and in the moment, you start to appreciate certain things that mumble rap has to offer that lyricism may not have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? There may be things and elements in mumble rap that get you off your feet, though, and get you in the vibe of things.
Flows are impeccable on some of these joints, man.
You feel me? Like, they
Yeah.
are. So that's what I mean by artistic expression. You can formulate it, manipulate it in any different format you want to, and push it out there to the world. Mm-hmm. It's important that we study one another so that we understand the difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's missing, the education on battle rap. This is
Exactly.
cool.
Exactly.
Nigga,
We
this
might
is
have to do that, man. Direct and Loaded Lux's
yeah, man. We need to
school.
get a school going. Really, man, be real vanguards because we can really hold courses and classes about the science because these sciences apply in any other thing that you deal with in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go, man.
So, with that being said, Loaded Lux
Yeah.
Arsenal, right?
Yes, sir.
A couple things I want to point out. Based off what we just said, Arsenal is his main thing is being disrespectful. You know what I mean? He's another one that's straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think and people don't really focus on this, but Arsenal is a great rapper. Like he sounds good over beats, and you could tell that he takes some of them same flows that you would use over an instrumental in acapella format, and it makes his shit sound more like saucy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It does.
I pay attention. Like, okay, yeah, he's really on tempo. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Definitely.
Yeah. So I think, and I wouldn't even say it's a crutch, but I think that kind of feeds into his style that he does all those things. You know what I'm saying? With
Mm-hmm.
you, and it's funny because let's say you didn't want to have a meaning, you just wanted to go bar somebody's life away. People will be digging for that meaning in your words anyway because you already set that precedent. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So you got people digging for the Lux wordplay and people looking for the arts disrespect off top. That's a style clash. You already know that if you perform impeccably, he performs impeccably. People who want to hear that Arsenal shit are gonna walk away and say Arsenal won. You know what I mean? People that want to hear the shit that you got to say are gonna walk away and say Lux was more potent, Lux was more lyrical. He was gonna win, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in preparing for a battle like that, are you like, it is what it is, I'm still gonna do my thing, or are you like, man, I don't give a shit, I got to take his soul, like is he gonna have to come to the crossroads?
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. See, yeah, no, you can't rule that out. You can't void that
Mm-hmm.
because, and I'm only saying that because you got to understand, like those styles make fights. It's when you sit down and when you go into that war room in your mind, the answers are there. You just got to dig for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you construct them. So it's important to take angles and find angles and different things to neutralize. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it to a great degree. Now, yeah, off the rip, your style is your style and people are going to look for it. But they're going to also look for how your style played against that person's specific style. Like,
Yeah.
was it effective or was it not? Or, you know what I mean? So it's your job, you know what I mean, to critique it in a way to where, you know what I mean, it neutralizes certain things, certain effects that person, looks to take on you. So, yeah, man, it's still, yeah, the core audience that likes what you do are going to get that, but that's what should be looked for as well. How did that style play up against that style? You know what I'm saying?
Now this battle was, I haven't figured it out all the way yet. I'm gonna wait. I have the footage, but I'm gonna wait till it comes out tomorrow, and I get to
Mm-hmm.
really take a look at the edited version, and I'm gonna watch it around some people that I feel like whose opinion on lyrics that I really appreciate, like Nestle and people like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But we're gonna sit down and rewatch it because I was lost out the gate with the battle. You came out Bruce Leroy, right?
Right. They calling me Bruce Leroy. They
that's
calling me
my
uh
that's my fault though, because I said Bruce
yeah,
Leroy. You know what I'm
Leroy
saying?
Lux. There's a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they calling me. But it was supposed to be like Mr. Miyagi, Daniel son, that whole shit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But no, yeah. I don't cut your spill.
So
I came out, yeah.
you came out. You did that. The first round had to be like 9 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and they still saying and probably when I look back, cause listen, like the parts of the battle I caught, I still didn't catch the. I caught the one where like I don't know how much time was missing out of my first round, but I got that version, so I still ain't see the shit straight through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, no, I definitely know. I would agree. I rap. I probably rap for like
no, but I thought it was good. Sometimes you don't want to hear that, but you definitely a person where you give people their money's worth as far as material goes, and like it was a lot because you know me, I usually be quoting the lines along with the battles and stuff.
right, right, right,
It
right,
was
right.
it was too much. I was overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't hang
No,
on to everything, and then I feel like Arsenal. This doesn't happen that often, but he could have lost the battle out the gate if he didn't respond correctly. You know
truth.
what I'm saying? He might have had 2.5 minutes to cross that bridge, or it might have collapsed. And
Yeah,
I think that
yeah.
first round he responded really well, and I kind of said like, "Damn, like I didn't know this battle was gonna look like this." You know, I don't know what your reaction was, but I was just like, "Yo, this is close, but for like contrasting reasons." You know what I mean?
Ah,
Yeah.
right, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
so I got really confused, and I said, "I'm gonna have to watch this shit at home, man. I can't. It's a lot."
And yo, wreck me not to put a disclaimer, not to cut your wisdom and then put this in. But like I just like, and I'm a tough critic just with myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm a real tough critic with myself, and I can actually say that like I still wish, like I know it in my heart of hearts that my performance still like was off that night, and I'm just being totally honest in as far as performance factor is concerned. Now the material, and then you gotta understand, it's still material that was in certain things that I still didn't spit. Like I did, still didn't come out right.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think that's
And it,
where delivery and being a performer comes into play because and I know if you want to be a perfectionist, you might not be trying to hear this, but you give yourself wiggle room when you know what I'm saying you do have those things. Like the fact that you came dressed the way you were and was spitting it intense, you could have missed the words. You know what I'm saying? You could have missed the whole line and tied it together wrong, but people were hanging off the moment. You know what I mean? I felt like
mm,
that battle was definitely a moment. You know, so
wow.
yeah,
When you put it like that, yeah, no, I'm picking up with you. And look, I always in because I often hear dudes be like, yo, why, yo, he always, as far as the showmanship is
yeah,
concerned, like why you go this way and then go that way, and I just would like to say, you know what I mean, to people that tune in, like, I just like to take your imagination
hmm
to different spaces of what we consider normalcy these days, or just,
hmm
you know what I mean? The fact that I made effort into imagination, if that can inspire you to make effort into, well, fuck it, he did that. That's what's going on. I'm gonna take this shit to a whole nother level. Boom, 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 boom. Or it don't have to be along them lines, but it's just the creativity aspect that, you know what I mean, we try to accredit to everything we do.
hmm
You know what I mean? Just so it can inspire. But you know what I mean? And I take that on as far as another side of me writing, like or critiquing or building something. It's just I want it to all play together. You know what I mean?
hmm
Sometimes we meet the we hit the mark and sometimes we don't. But the whole idea and taking effort into it, it's because I'm looking. I'm always searching. I'm always trying to get to that next new, what's the height? What, have I gone here yet? What if I had done that with that combination? Like, listen, we're alive.
yeah.
This is our playing ground. Like, let's play, man. Like, you know what I mean? Let's have fun when we go to do what we do. So that's all, y'all. I'm just trying to take your imagination somewhere they ain't never been. That's all.
So, what's your final word on that battle in the building? Because you say you didn't watch it back yet. Were you like, "Oh, I definitely got this," or were you like, "Damn, I want to see it on tape," or it was close? Like, how did you feel?
I'm gonna be like, because I'm tough on myself. But if I had to say what it is, I give it to Oz definitely in performance, material wise, and that like I still listen to, and I gotta say this, not to cut or schmite my brothers, because he's victorious either way, man. Like he has a substantial record. Like
hmm
that resume is crazy. I must damn
Yeah,
say so myself. That's a substantial
yeah.
record. And if you don't agree, you're hating. That boy, bro, put in work, man. Hands down, that's
Mhm.
work. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be the vanguard that I am, and we wouldn't be if certain things just wasn't checked, like or sanctioned, because we still learning, we still coming up in this battle rap. You know what I mean? Like battle rap has become industry, and it's so dope, man. We should do this shit on the corner, like people really, you know what I mean, got to hustle or careers going out this thing.
Yep.
I'm so happy for that. You know what I mean? So I just want to say this and key in on this. The personal thing. He had a lot of personals that wasn't personals. Like I gotta say
Yeah,
that, like
yeah.
they wasn't authentic. Like when Mook started that whole thing, he went in that way. Like it was crazy because you knew, like, oh, that's crazy because that's
Mhm.
really going on, and boom, 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 and dude brought it to the front line on you, like, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't want to start a trend, and we thinking that's cool. Like you cannot have fake personals. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna let that ride out. You know what I'm saying?
I think Arsenal has always been one to be like, I had sex with your grandma. Like hold that. Like even though we
No,
know
no,
it
I'm
didn't
not.
happen
Listen,
yet.
and I'm glad you said that
Yeah.
though, Rec. No, I'm glad you said that. Cause look, I don't want to take it out of context what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're playing and it's coming off clever and then yeah, the context says that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you can't have like personals and you put it in the context of, yo, this is what's really going on. And I'm telling the world about this dude because you out here and you fronting and this
Yeah.
is what's happening. And
Yeah.
my
I got
girl,
you. I got my follow you.
know what I mean? That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying though. Like, you can't give it up like that to the
Yeah.
world and it be accepted as, yo, niggas running down on me like, yo, bro, that ain't yours and this and that. And, yo, no, man. So, you know, but no, for real, we
Yeah.
need
I
that to
got
be
you.
out there for the world to know. Just, look, in all parties that participate. You know, fake personals, you can't do that. Now, you put it in the context in which jokingly, okay, we you know, that ride. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, get back to my brother Substantial Record and him doing this thing, and I got to give it to him on performance. As far as material, and it's still shit that I ain't getting to say in there, and level of degree of difficulty, I knew that going though. Like, I
Hmm.
know, you know, out rapping me lyrically, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love to play in those spaces of unimagined realities. Like, let's get into that space of
Yeah.
shit you never thought of. Like, I love that. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, to find somebody like, you know what I mean? That's my shit. Like, let's go there. But, you know, but yeah, that's how I scored though. You know what I mean? Me on the material, him on a performance. Like, he did his thing.
And yeah, and that battle should be coming out a little bit after I drop this interview tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure this comes out first thing in the morning. So make sure in the comment section, not only do you talk about this great interview, but you talk about how you felt on the Arson Lux battle, so they can see it for themselves.
Yeah, it's healthy.
Um, now before we wrap it up, I want to ask you. We're gonna talk about your music. I want to ask you about a specific person everyone think that you should be battling. But before I do
Okay.
that, I want
I welcome it, man. That's dope.
to.
I welcome it all, B.
But before I do that, I want to get into a couple funny things that I think are hilarious, and some of the questions that we had people ask on Twitter.
All
All right.
right.
First thing, this is the funniest shit in the world to me. When you battled Newborn Born on 106, like his reaction in the moment to how you were rapping, you know what I mean, is the funniest thing I've seen. And then it's like you watch how the careers play out and stuff like that. Like, boy, my man, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. But it's just the whole thing of like y'all kind of existing in this lyricism vacuum and like clashing at one point on TV is just the funniest thing in the world to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I want to say this though.
Yeah.
Yo, cause shout out to Newborn. He's dope. B. Like lyrically though,
Yeah.
niggas don't give Newborn his props, man. Newborn, like, he got some shit. Like, I be tuning in, like, and then now it's like, yeah, man, he's definitely one of the ones though.
Yeah. Nah, that's my man. I just had to tell you that, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
all
that
right.
happened. Yes.
So Miss Cream on Twitter, she wanted me to to ask you, how do you feel about some fans that say since you came back to this new era, you haven't been as amazing as you was in the original era? And I think she's referring to uh, Gray Hoodie Lux. Like, look, what's your response to a fan who would say that?
Then damn, then that's perspective, because then you got people who've never seen me or have seen me that walked into the Calicoe dynamic and was like, okay, that shit amazed me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
I think that's the answer there, though. That's perspective.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
pretty much.
That's the thing.
Pretty
You
much.
know?
Yeah, pretty much.
But you know what though? Also, in response to that, I think this would be dope. I would never want to give away like a future plan, but if I could like get my Don King promotional on or whatever, I would tell Loaded Lux for your next battle where you think, all right, we're gonna jump right into JC real quick. We're gonna jump to JC because
Okay.
this is my perfect scenario, right? I would love to see you and JC battle in a small room. Things are going crazy with the YouTube monetization. So something we've been talking about behind the scenes is trying to make it so you do less battles on a card, but for certain battles you can do a small room battle and try to make the majority money off the pay-per-view. That way you can
Yeah.
control the environment for a battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just in my head, in the world I made up, if I could see a small room JC versus Lux battle just because of the hype and the build up to it, and I could see Lux come with the low Caesar and the gray hoodie to that battle, that would be the
Yeah.
perfect moment.
But see, now
That'd be
look.
the perfect moment.
Yeah, nah, that would be dope. I miss that. I miss that shit, man. Only cause like we've been battling on these stages for so long, and not to take anything away from it, but there's a different dynamic that takes place in your performance,
Yeah.
depending on who's being receptive. And that the whole environment, the atmosphere, that shit plays a part, man. It plays a part so much, and I just remember these rooms and the way we functioned in these elements and how we used to get it. It just was, for me, it was freer, and I'm gonna say why.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it out there. You know what I mean? Not to knock anything we doing now, because it's just little adjustments. But for me personally, this is just me personally, I was a bit more free because it be at times I'm mic'd in and mic'd up, and whatever I'm projecting, I can't necessarily hear it the way it's landing with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know how the mic check was going. I don't know how the vocals are hitting you. I always use the reference points of me going back to when I was battling Hollow, and I'm screaming in the jacket.
Yeah.
And niggas looking at me like you crazy. And dudes had to tell me, yo, bro, they hear you. But I can't hear me, and that's what's
Yeah.
important. You understand? So the whole closed room aspect is just because I want to embody everything
Mm-hmm.
that's there. And now that I got that out the way, let's get to it. Just me and you. Because,
Yeah.
everything, you know what I'm saying? After that, then, all right, everybody here, nobody leaving, nobody coming in. All right, we good.
Mm-hmm.
Just me and you, and I can focus. And it's a different dynamic in terms of what lands and what's hitting you. And I know that for facts. That's why I talk that talk about, put me in there with anybody.
But you said when JC started talking that shit on Twitter, you said verbatim, I will, all caps, murder you, baby boy. And that's because I appreciate the direction your mind headed in. LMAO.
Facts. I said that. I did that.
Now, you're a smart person. I'm sure for every battle rapper in the world has tried to get your attention somehow. Why do you respond to JC? Do you really feel like that there's potential that can actually happen?
JC has his potential it's not even, it's uncharted, B. It's like, I don't know. I can't explain to you. I could, but I don't want to, like, sound crazy. This got to be a conversation that we have, right?
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah,
the
yeah.
audience like, yo,
Oh, no, I got you. I got you.
he talking about, but there's certain things that I can hear in people or sense and appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I don't know why I key in on different things that I know are elements to other, pinnacles that can be. So I just know it when I get it. Yeah, I feel these with a few, like Briz Rothstein, just not to, just to name a few. Him, I don't want to go down the hole. I'm not even.
Yeah. No, I got you.
I'm not even about to do that.
So let's just get to the point. Like, you got a lot of respect, it sounds like, and even admiration for some of the things that JC does. But you wholeheartedly feel like if anyone were to set that up, it'd be over for him.
Yeah, in the main room. That's why I said anybody. But like, you want to, Shorty just was talking, and I understand degrees of this thing. So it was like, all right, because what you sound like you're saying to me is that you nicer than me lyrically. Like, your pen is better than my pen.
Mm-hmm.
So when he went there with it, it was like, okay, we don't need all this. This other shit can go. Okay. Yeah. You really saying your mindset can go the distance with my mind. Okay. I like them type of conversations. Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, let's go. That shit fuels me. Like, I was so hyped when I seen that. That's why I came out like that. Like, boy, I would murder. But I was excited like that, yeah. At the same time because I'm thinking about all of that shit. Like, yo, you want to go there? Like, nigga, I've been missing this.
See, the thing that battle rap is missing right now that made it what it was is storylines. I feel like you could take time out from whenever you had planned in your schedule to battle JC if every other back end meets up, because it's like the fans like JC been through his ups and downs. His timing, he sometimes he did the right thing at the wrong time. You know what I mean? Sometimes he went to another league and they didn't want him on this league. Like, it's a bunch of things that played in. But I feel like he strung together about 20 dope battles to the point where the fans are willing him into this conversation. And I think that's something that you have to respect.
I definitely do.
My whole idea was, once again, this is coming from the Rex world of crazy battle events I make up in my head. But I want URL to do a small room battle literally called Gimme My Spot. And what I want it to be is all the younger dudes that been putting in the work, been feeling like they've been upholding this generation, while some of the older dudes slack, or they just want to take their position. You put them, and not rookies and vets, people who just aren't as popular. You put them in a position, say, okay, you want his spot? People think he's your A-alike. You got to do that in a small room, and you got to take his spot right then and there.
Right, because that's
either become a legend, become a top 10 in that room, or die off. I think that would be the craziest. It wouldn't be the most expensive battle in the world, and I think it would be crazy.
But it would be the most meaningful.
Yeah.
It would be so much that goes into these intimate moments. Look, JC and Chilla was a classic in a small room.
Yeah.
They did that right in Black Star, baby. Was I there for that? I don't remember if I was there, but
I double check to see if you were in the footage. I remember seeing Mook in the footage.
Yeah, I don't know if I was there, but I definitely deemed it as a classic. And a lot of that those lines probably wouldn't have landed, and So yeah, it's definitely something to take into consideration when you are considering the meat and potatoes as far as the subject matter of lyricism.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that crowned us or put us in certain key positions was lyricism. I was bringing dudes. I needed to hear what you were saying. I needed to critique. Ooh, yeah. That's a bar. That was not how he said it. No, that right there was crazy. So yeah, that level of lyricism. Yeah, I like where you're going with that, Rec. I'm loving your mindset. Baby.
Yo, man, I hope if I could, me and Beasley have to have a talk that's long overdue anyway.
That's healthy.
You know what I mean? And so if I could help be a part in bringing something like that to fruition, like I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get to talking that talk. That's all, man. This is why I love the community of battle rap and why this is a perfect school of thought. We build with each other. Fans, artists, facilitators. We are on a pulse of what's going on. That's why I say, Rec, what they talking about?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And they tell me what they talking about. Okay, y'all looking for, and it's a conversation. It's a, reciprocity. That's a beautiful one if we are all engaged and willing to do what's necessary to keep growing and being better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why, I put that title Vanguard and whoever wants to take on that, because when you define it and you break it down, man, you are one that's responsible, man, for what you are participating in. It's your duty, your job to hold the moral equity of what we doing here, man. You got to do that.
I would
If not,
love, man. I feel like you have to capitalize on the moment while it's hot, and I feel like everything has a window. I don't think the window's coming up with the JC thing, but I just hope people hop on it while it's a conversation. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, because look, it's also a conversation that's had in regards to the dynamic of how we're going into certain battles and how we're engaging them and what would make a different outcome possibly. You know what I mean? Based off of boom, boom, bam. Because look, some people may want to see a battle on the stage, the big stage, and some battles may be intimate,
Yeah.
depending on what you feel me, who style, is what style, or the grudge match or whatever's going on, however you want to play it. But these are things that help to broaden what we do here.
Exactly.
So I'm all for that conversation, bro.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple quick questions from Twitter again, right? So
Okay.
my man Trap Rushmore on Twitter wants to know, why'd you disappear so long after the rap battle with Mook? I think what he means is after the DVD eras. Like, why was there a lapse in between you coming back to Summer Madness and back
Oh,
to DVD?
right. Well, if you remember everything we was doing, see, like I worked toward goals.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And like, to my man Trap, you can't go nowhere without a vision. I don't care who you are. You need to see it first.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We had different things that we were looking towards executing, and that was in the vision bank. So you got to think. It's not that I was ultimately going. I was outside of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in the ring, but I was outside of the ring. So I was getting the science of, or the experience of what it is to facilitate as well. You know what I'm saying? So I was learning different aspects of the business. Not that I was truly all the way away from it, but I was just, getting my study on.
I think
And
that's
then,
good, man. That you had there's a lot of legends that came back at the wrong time. Like I said, like if Reed Dollars came back that night, I
oh
mean, he'd
man,
be somewhere different. Like, there's a
yeah,
lot of people who could have snuck in there and used it like a 40 cal. Like, there's a lot of people who could
yeah.
have jumped in right there and uphold everything that they did in the previous generation. But I felt like if you wasn't there that night, then just that amount of I just guess superstardom might have been lost on you.
Might have been lost for,
Yeah.
yeah, man, yeah. And the crazy shit is, I think something was, it was willing me. Like, I went through some tough things, boom, boom, boom. And I think a lot went into creating that moment, right? Because I swear, you can ask Beasley on a personal, bro. That's why we came back around, was talking the numbers we was talking. It wasn't that I wasn't knowledgeable, the numbers that was now being afforded, you know what I'm saying, to participators. But it wasn't, it was like I had to prove something to myself. I had to prove it to me. You know what I mean? I was outside, I was doing different things. So even though I still had the name, I didn't come in, it wasn't, yo, listen, that purse was nothing. I might as well have done it for free. Really though, bro. Like, I really didn't come for that. It wasn't about none of that. It was about, listen, man, do I got a spot? Is it going down with me and Slim? Is it on? All right, well, let me get mine and go. and let me go about my business, man. Oh, I can't
See, but
excuse
even from a business aspect, that's smart because let's break it down and just marketing yourself, right?
right.
Let's say you wanted 100,000, right? You
Uh,
can't. Hustlers know this. You give people a sample. You know what I mean? They try it,
right.
see if they like it. You know what I mean? Then they come back. So sometimes that's the smart move. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
all the way, bro.
The smartest move is to, okay, I'm gonna show them how much they need me and how much they want me back on that stage. Then I'm a
Yeah, yeah, yo, this guy. Yo, Rec, that was it though, King. And that's how I felt. I was like, yo, I'm not feeling them seats right now. Or
Yeah.
it wasn't, you know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, yeah. Let me just I wanna go to work, bro. Just let me go to work. And they gave me that shot. And shout out to Smack and Beasley, and you know what I'm saying? We made history, man, that night, man. And yeah, I felt it though, bro. I felt like, yo, I need to be it was time. And I guess everything leading up to that, man, yeah, show and prove, man.
So the last question from Twitter I want to ask before we start wrapping it up is my man Lucky Charms, man. Lucky underscore Charms with two K's.
Okay.
He said, what do you think would have happened if you didn't choke versus Calicoe and you got all your rounds in?
Then it wouldn't have been the same.
I think it's better it happened the way it did.
It's fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I caught a spill that said, and it's an old. I caught it off of a vid I was looking at, so I don't know where it exactly came from. So nobody don't quote me, kill me online. Like, yo, that's this. Da, 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 da. Look, I don't know. I just heard this, but it was talking about how a old either he was an old Chinese monk or old something, and the moral of the story is no one knows what's good or bad, and they gave you like 3-4 different scenarios where good things happen or bad things happen, and then they turned out to be good things, or good things happen that turned out to be bad
Yeah.
things. Deep shit, deep, like. And then when they was giving you the scenarios, I was like, wow. And that's so true about life.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what's good or bad. It's just these moments that you have. It's how do you act when they're circumstantially. How do you respond to these moments? You know what I'm saying? The best way you can, as far as surviving or making the best outcome you can
Yep.
get. You know what I'm saying? So that was that's profound for me. But like, yeah, tell Lucky, man, like I'm lucky that it all happened the way it all happened, man. Straight up, no chasing, man. I wouldn't change shit.
You know what? I lied. There's actually just one more Twitter question. It's from Avocado.
My favorite.
Yeah, Avocado said, "What's your favorite costume store, man?"
Ah! Yo, that's dope. I don't got one, man. I don't know where I find all this shit, but yo,
I told him you
my
make them.
favorite. He said I make them. Yo, but people love the funeral joint, but me and my crew, I think personally, love going into the Panthers, to the drink with Hollow.
Yeah.
Like yo, bro, like the way my man at the last minute found the shotguns, y'all wouldn't believe. Like I couldn't make none of this shit up, man. You know the signs, the everything. And yo, listen, they didn't even know we had if you had to be there in the building, we had a specific intro for that battle that we did in the studio for my rollout for the Hollow battle. Like it was a 2 minutes. Shout out to my man Octo G's too, man, because he was in the studio. We did that drink together. Yo, we did like a 2-minute intro, breaking down, like going back and forth the shit I said, shit Hollow said, shitty, like all of this just audio, all audio, just for me coming out. Like, you know, the only people got to hear that in the building, but like we was going to great lengths to give y'all these performances.
But you
You know
know
what I'm
what?
saying?
You adapted because when you battle Ars, you had the poet come out and do you,
Huh?
and it was like they couldn't
Right,
understand.
right, right.
Yo, if they don't put that in the UW footage, I'm gonna ask them if we can upload it.
Yo, yo. And listen, I always, yo, bro. I just, man, and maybe some things is. I hope that one of the pupils catch and grasp and just take whatever I, was in, really go, you know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
they only breadcrumbs, man. These are only seeds, man, that we're planting. But for these gardens to grow, you know what I'm saying? But at first, they have to be appreciated. And if you do or you don't, you know what I mean? That's on
Yeah,
you. But I just like the people to know that the effort that should go into any endeavor you
exactly.
take on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's key.
And that's great words for some of your peers, because some of these dudes are just showing up, just showing up. And yo, it is, you want to know something crazy? And I say this from a perspective of someone who has battled before. Like, I don't like losing in front of women. I don't want to lose in front of my peers. I just don't want to be embarrassed in any. I don't care if it's 3 people there. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? If it's more than me, I don't want to be. I just don't understand, like, ego wise, how you can take that and then be like, I'm the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't make no
Listen,
sense.
they don't. That's the gaffle. Or look, they making a lot of new shit out here, right? I don't know, B. This is bruh.
Yeah.
This is why it's tough to remain who you are in your skin, keep a still mind, and still have to be bombarded with all of this new shit that's coming around. That's like you're looking like, what the fuck is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, we can't lighten up. We gotta tighten up for somebody who is listening, who really taking that food and really gonna do something with it. Because you can't just go through the litter like, okay, they don't care, or fuck it, I don't care.
Hmm.
Bro, I can't do that, man.
Well, you
That's
know
why I say
what?
I appreciate, guys like JC. You know what I mean? That's young, up and and I listen, man. He's even man. Just everybody who ain't coming out here with no lazy pen, man. They're appreciating the art and the craft and doing what's necessary to uphold a certain standard and a certain level. I appreciate all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because we keep inspiring each other, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep this cipher going. So, effort, ladies and gentlemen,
Exactly.
effort, man. It counts.
Exactly. Um, I think I covered most of my notes. One last thing I want to talk about though.
Okay.
Mook says he'll do five. He'll battle 5 top tiers. He just said this the other day. He'll battle 5 top tiers for 250K, and he'll battle 5 proven ground dudes for 350K. He said that's 10 battles, and he'll do it in 6 months or a year, or just he was like, yo, I can do all that in 6 months. Give me the bread and I'll do it. Now people are outraged by this. Like 350K. You familiar with what's going on with YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if people are like, yo, where's the money gonna come from? You out your cotton picking mind. Like, how do you feel about that, being somebody who's kind of in that same type of lane where you could make a statement like that?
Um. See, shit, man.
Well,
Cause
let me give you a precursor real quick, right? Now,
yeah. Give me some. Yeah,
yeah, all right. Now,
something's missing.
here's the thing I say, and I'm not in Smack and Beasley's business, and I don't know like what they did back in the day, but I say the one thing that y'all on those DVDs have a leg to stand on is like them shits was moving in multiple states and multiple countries, from what I understand. You know what I mean? So Mook might feel like maybe you can't ask King of the Dot, you can't ask Don't Flop. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask UW for that money. You know what I mean? But maybe in the back of his mind, he feels like I sold 12 DVDs single handedly. Maybe he feels like that. You know what I mean? Maybe he just feels like part of the relationship he has with them, some, I don't know, monetary reciprocation needs to come back around. Or maybe he really just thinks like, yo, I'm popping. Everybody wants to see me. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't even know if this conversation like is for this, like, cause I'm looking at it from both perspectives,
Mm-hmm.
and the fans is bugging if they coming at him. I'm gonna just say this, like, if I gotta answer it, it's like he's basically he's basically showing love. If you ask me, he said, let me get this straight. He'll battle 5 top tiers for 250K
Yeah.
and battle 5 proving ground.
Yeah, for 350K.
Oh, okay. All right. Proving ground. Okay.
So basically 600K, he'll do 10 battles and he'll do them all in 6 months.
No, is he saying he wants? He ain't saying he want that each. He's saying for those 5 battles, that's what
Yeah,
he
yeah,
wants.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, cause look though.
I mean, do you think, and I'll put your name in this too, so it's just not like you're just talking about Mook. But let's say you battle 5 proving ground dudes. You say whoever you want me to battle, I'm gonna battle 5 of them for 350K. You think it's possible to make that back on pay-per-view, or you think we might not be there yet?
Nah, see, that's the thing, King. Like, don't get it twisted, man. Total Slaughter made money. People not gathering what you have to do to make money, or what you have to put up, I should say, to make money. But the money come back when you know what you're doing, and if you make the right investments and substantial investments. You understand? I feel like Mook is cheating himself, and that's just being honest.
Oh, you think he
If
should
you
be
ask me.
asking for more?
I feel like when you break it all the way down, you know what I'm saying? It's way more at stake than that. I
Yeah.
mean, for
I mean,
'cause
350. If let's say like it's 350 divided by 5, that's 70K a pop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's nice. And mind you, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have it. I don't really have the same opinion, and mainly because of the DVD thing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I feel like maybe that's his justification. You know what I mean? But it's just a tough one. It's a tough one for me. That's why I asked you. This is advice. How do I respond to this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because it's look. Here's the thing, right?
Hmm.
Are you looking at it as a businessman? Are you looking at it as a fan? Are you looking at it as an artist? And then, so when taking all of these into consideration, there really is no right or wrong. It's only knowledge, what you're knowledgeable of.
I will say this
Because you
though.
could be like 70K, what the,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then a dude could be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You murder move, all right. Your name hold up. The right other bag behind this whole project, I could do some things. Like think about if Apple Music was to take on one of those battles
Hmm.
with the everything behind it, right venue, right promotions, marketing, real pay-per-view, that good old
Yeah.
pay-per-view.
And you know what I said too. Like people got to think about it like this. Netflix gave Dave Chappelle 50 million. And they said, "Damn, why would you give Dave Chappelle that much? He never got paid that much to do a special. They made the money back. So it's a worthy investment. You find a way to make the money back, the investment's worthy.
That's it, bro.
Yeah,
Hustler perspective 101, man. I'm trying to tell you. So who you looking at this? As an artist, or looking at it as a fan, as a
yeah,
businessman? Like who's looking at it? That's why I say it's knowledge. It's what you
yeah.
know, man, and what you can do with that knowledge.
So real quick words. Daylight, Averb. Would you still battle either of them?
The A verb thing is closer than the daylight thing right about now. Cause
Yeah.
shout out to A verb. He made the talk dirty part 1. We got that excerpt from us going at it in the street, and I think that's on the Habit record. So the fans
Oh,
was
that
appreciating.
street argument is epic, man.
It's epic.
Epic.
It's like it's so classic, and like just for the sake of that, and Aver keeps up and his shit talking is kind of witty, He'll put
Yeah.
it in the way
He sell it. He sell
he
that.
will sell it. Captain and
Mm-hmm.
marketable. We talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when you bring in that type of and I put all that together, all those different components, A Verb is quite closer than the Daylight battle. You know what I'm saying? Right about now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we coming up on a brink. I think those are the only two names, honestly, in the conversation. It's either like, oh yeah, Goods too. But you know, yeah, man.
Daylight is a weird one because you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
He
hard
might
to.
come dressed as a lyric. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and that's the only thing somebody was saying when they was saying, yo, Daylight showed you the money and you was scared and then never, you know. I
Yeah.
told him, man, listen, brother, we got to do something as far as the contractual agreement, just to, you know, safeguard my hard work that I'm going to put in. You're not going to have me out here putting in time and energy and then you just coming, you know what I mean? So just to key in on that. But yeah, you know. But I honestly think Daylight would take me and him like seriously, like lyrically, you know what I mean, for the fans. And,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
You want to know something retarded? This is gonna blow your mind.
What's up?
Me and Daylight were talking one day, and I said, "Yo, how crazy would it be if you and Lux did a 2-on-2? Like you never battled each other, you just did a 2-on-2." And he was like,
Mm,
"Yo, what?"
wow.
You know, that'd be an expensive ass 2-on-2, but
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean. But
Cause cause y'all gonna have to pay me just for sitting with this guy. Nah, shout out to Daylight, man.
yeah,
We had a good ass build. He remember too. He's up in Kanye's studio, and we had a good ass build, man. Like I after that build, I really seen a whole nother side of Daylight. Like, oh shit, man. You heard that?
yeah. I mean, as a person, Daylight's 100. He's solid. Just as a fan, you could see it. You could lose your place in the Daylight book real fast. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, gotta let it go, though, man.
let
Yo, cause you know you gotta think, and we touched on a lot of different um peers and artists that's in the field, and I just want
yeah,
to say shout out to every last one of the participants and anybody that do this damn thing, because they help to make
course,
up the whole of what we
course.
do here, man. Like you can't. It's like everybody they own, and it's just magical, bro. It's magical. I love this shit, man. It's like the main reason why I started the Lions Den, but like it exceeded my expectations on some whole other shit, bro. Cause I really just wanted a community of dudes that
Yeah,
inspired me to keep my pen sharp. And now look at this shit,
I
man.
mean they grew. They all grew.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
They definitely grew. That was dope. And I still think, man, I still think you need to have that group, man. The wrestling aspect is as big as hell in battling right now, and the NWX and everybody. Y'all need to have that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I
listen,
love to
man.
see you take. I already told you the names. I'm not gonna say the names on the video, but I feel like if you got with them and y'all push that, it would be the biggest thing. It'd be the biggest thing.
Yo, listen. And I remember it. I remember the
Yeah.
conversation. I remember that's healthy. Hey, listen. It's still up there. It's still there,
Mhm.
bro. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how this thing gonna go with, you know, the A Verb thing down the stretch,
Mhm.
JC thing that. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. No, anybody who's ever on my list, you don't move off the list. You either move up or down, like as far as just where you at. But
Yeah.
I'm gunning. Like, yo, bro, I got so much. It's crazy because you're moving forward. But the more I discover and I learn more, it feels like I'm standing still because it's like life that I haven't worked with yet to know me in that aspect yet. So it's still new. It's like I ain't growing. It's because it's like, oh, I just figured out I got a new move over here
Mhm.
that I'm about to put with this thing over here. It's crazy, man. Like, and I'm discovering more and more how to do things and better it and not take this road and not even take a road, just
Yeah.
wait. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So when you discovering like that, this is what makes you forever young, man. This is what makes like, you know, life. It's just something totally other than what we know. It's just that you gotta put your mind, adjust that thing, man, and then, all right, see out of another window, so to speak. But yeah, man, they ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? People just gonna talk about it. I'm gonna keep working. I'm definitely gonna keep working. I
I
got some
mean,
shit coming up now that I can't wait for them to see it, but it's gonna get them talking again. And they gonna be talking about that pin game again. And yeah, let's line them up, man. Y'all
yo,
niggas only just made me more hungrier. I just
look, before you even utter the word retirement, if I can see a gray Hoodie Lux return in a small room, uh, the Averb battle, JC battle, and the Daylight 2-on-2, I'll throw a loaded Lux retirement party myself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If all them things somehow happen, I'd be, yo man, Diddy, put him on a 5 battle contract, man. Let me do the negotiations. Let me do the matchmaking. You know what I
That
mean?
shit sound healthy, man. It
Yeah.
sound real healthy, man.
But
I could definitely.
but last thing, and I'm gonna make sure that this is promoted throughout the video. There should be a graphic on the video and in the description. Talk Dirty album.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean? We got it up on Rap Grid right now.
Healthy.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen. I'm getting the emails. People are consuming that. They
Yeah, and
consuming it.
then look,
So
yeah, we just really started to let the floodgates open on it. You know what I'm saying? Because
mhm.
it wasn't everywhere. Had to give Rap Grid the exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, and I always, like I tell you, man, artistic expression can be manipulated, formatted, however
Exactly.
you see fit. You understand? So some conversations I can't have on the stage,
Hmm.
and that's just what it comes down to.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I
of
mean?
course.
So we go out there, we make these movies, this performance art, and I do the score too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, and just for loving the music. I got Joey Badass, and he came through, showed his ass on there. Fred the God, man, came through. Vado came through. Even K Slay came through. You know what I'm saying? Just to name a few. Shout out to my girl Rashida Wallace with some vocals on there.
Yo,
And like,
do you feel like when you or your management called, or just you have these conversations with the artist yourself, do you feel like they're like, yo, I'm a fan of your battles. Yeah, I'll get on it. Or do you feel like they like, yo, like I've heard your music. I respect, because a lot of people get stuck right there. But you're one of those people that can kind of transcend that because of the way you come off in your battles. You can tell you're an artist by the way you battle. You know what I mean?
mm,
So is it easier for you to slide in and get the features and stuff like that than it might be for someone else?
yeah, well, I'm I go to a person like a human being, like what I mean. And
Yeah,
I think what's respected is they're seeing the pursuit and what I'm pursuing.
yeah.
You understand? And I think that's where the mutuality and respect comes from, and that then opens doors, for us to venture into these endeavors. But
Hmm.
that's just first and foremost. They always was taught be a man amongst men.
Hmm.
So always take great study in how to perfect, my character. Just learning to be better in relationships and, taking it a day at a time. But I'm sincere in me wanting to grow. So I think you can't lie in your aura,
Hmm.
Your aura gonna say what it is. And people 9 times out of 10, if they can't think through it, I don't know, but something feels like I need to go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the move. And they make it. So and then yo, if they in tune with it ain't gonna lie to them. So I think it's always genuine. Like
Hmm.
anybody I've ever done records with and we featured in the studio and jam with, it has been them conversations, right? You heard me? Like
Yeah.
how this conversation just feels natural and we just rocking. It's just like that, man. It's a real good build. We talking about life, how we could be better. It's
Hmm.
it ain't look, and it's building conversations, and then we talking about just things that's going on in the world, and it's just that vibe, though. The vibe is genuine, and then
Hmm.
from there, man, when you see your A likes, okay, yeah, that's my reflection right there. I don't mind. Yeah, what you doing? I can appreciate you because I know, man, you gonna take this build and you gonna go somewhere right with it, and that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it is.
And yo, man, two things that as far as music goes, If you're watching this, and you're not familiar with Lux music because you've been under a rock. Yo, one of my favorite joint is Santino. You know what I mean?
Yo, man.
There's that the beginning is funny with the dude rapping, but that part when you first start rapping in that first verse and you walking down the hallway and then you see Shorty come in behind you and she got the little
Yeah.
the cheek joints and I'm like the whole visual of that was ill, you
Yeah,
know?
winner. Yeah, nah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole feeling, the whole. Yeah, nah, the thing that came with Santino was shout out to my man Henny the Dawn that's on that joint
Hmm.
with the hook.
Yeah.
It was so organic because Marvino, and you
That's the
add
producer.
Marvino beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a producer. Marvino had that joint, and he used to play the joint. And then I think it's not that he didn't want to give me the joint. I just used to hear it. It wasn't like a joint he was trying to play for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I finally got him to come up off the beat. And when he finally came, yo, for real. And then, yo, I caught one of the most, yo, it was one of the moments, like, you didn't know shit was real. Like, yo, how you do that? Like, I guess it's like, I can't even know what to compare it to. It was just like, I'm in the studio with the kid Henny, and, bro, when I say, like, you see genius shit happen, it's like, yo, bro, he came in there, he heard the joint. I swear that hook was laid in like 5 minutes, not even. However long it took him to go in the booth, but him listening to it, and I watched him scope the thing, yo, bro, it was like mad. It was like the gods was there, like we blessed this track right now, like that shit was magic,
Yeah,
man.
that shit was ill, man, because I feel like that song allowed you to get off this type of wordplay that you might get off in a battle just because of the tempo of the beat
Oh, the
and the
beat,
feeling of the song. It
yeah,
was easy. It was an easy transitional song. Like, don't need a chick to hold me down. Nah, just hold me up. Like all
huh?
that. Like I be listening, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Like.
go, rap. Yo, I'm putting rec on the marketing team. This is crazy. Yo, you really be tapped in. Oh
Yeah.
man, thank you for that, B.
Yo, I'm glad we're doing this interview too, man, because like I'm launching a podcast. Plus, I'm going harder with the web chats this year, and I think when I
Okay.
tell people like, "Yo, like, come on," I don't think they understand like how deep I'm trying to dig into, just psychologically where you at. You know what I'm saying in
Yeah.
your work. Like, I really study this shit, and I think I had to realize this is my niche. My niche is bringing this type of energy out of people, you know?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you definitely, man. You know how to make them love connections, and then the thing on top of it is people respect you and your mindset and the way you conduct yourself to enough to where, yo, what? Okay, yo, don't mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with that, I think you and your demeanor brings them to a certain space of themselves to where, okay, this is candid. And the
Yeah.
conversation, the way it's gonna flow, is gonna be at wherever that bar is
Mhm.
that you say, and then we're gonna flow with that.
I
It's
mean,
like you demanding that respect. You
yeah,
know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
thank you. But before I was involved, I'm a fan. So I know what it feel like. Like, yo, when I ask you, like, what battle did you do that we don't know? I've really been like wanting to know for like 12 years. What battle?
Oh,
What was you thinking? Did you just dry clean the gray hoodie or did you take it out the washer that much? You know what I mean? Like I remember thinking this stuff at one point. Like, yo, I was not
wow.
gonna ask him, but it's just funny how life works. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
I was put in the position I'm in. So hopefully, through my conversations, some of people's fandom, but also curiosity and just questions, whatever questions they had themselves get answered. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm here.
mm.
Um,
Thank you for that, Brody.
no,
Word,
thank
man.
you, man. Thank you, man. Because I don't think you expected all this. You know what I mean?
Nah, I
Just
didn't.
so
But
people know, it's 4:05 in the morning, right?
yes, it is. And we
It's
started this shit
4:05,
like, yeah, man.
and I'm
I
not.
just I want them to. I love to give the insight, man. I want them
Yeah,
to know, man. Like if there's anything I could ever offer to somebody out there that's just doing what they doing and trying to be better and really about, whatever your endeavor is. You know what I mean? If it's something that I can say or something that I did that was helpful and conducive for you along your journey, that's what I'm here for. I feel that though, like I really know that. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I think this is going to open a lot of gates in the line of communication between, you know what I mean, you and the fans, or even if I had to be a liaison and let you know what's going on. Yo, main
Talk
thing.
about it.
Hold on. The very last thing we got to talk about. Look,
Okay.
I got to dig
The
in my
last
phone
thing
for
about
this.
3 goals, but let's go.
Yeah, no, because you're gonna get a kick out of this, man. I don't know
All
if
right,
you've
all
seen
right.
it. I can pull up any Rap Grid video and get this. So there's a dude, right? Every time Rap Grid releases a video, he is the first one. Worship Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux. Lorded. He called you Lorded Lux. Loaded Lux, the king. And like he'll take the title of the video. It'll be like T Top says battle with Av at Summer Madness will be crazy. He'll be the first comment on the video. He need to talk about how Loaded Lux should be crazy. Every single video.
What?
Worship Lux, Loaded Lux.
Oh,
Every
that's
one. I'm trying to find one right now, man.
you trying to. Is you yo listen? Cause somebody asked me about this guy named I think it was. It might have been on the PSA podcast. I think he might have. Is it the guy named? Is his name Dadi?
Yes, that's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. Every single video, he is the first one or one of the top comments. Yo, Murder Mook breaks down lyricism. He need to break down why I need to battle Lux again. Every single one, man. You know what I mean? I think it would be so ill if we could get you and him in a room together. You know what I'm saying? And have him like
Set
get
it up, Rec.
yeah, I'm gonna set it up.
Set it up,
He gonna
man.
go crazy when he sees this.
Yeah, set it
He
up,
gonna
man.
go
'Cause I've been hearing
crazy.
a lot about this guy. He must be like, yo, really like.
Yo, he literally says,
Do it.
"Worship the ground, Lord it Lux walks on." It's he does it so much that other people will come on the video and be like, "Holy Hollow," you know what I'm saying? Aristotle Arsenal, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga said Aristotle awesome.
oh man,
Yo, listen. If the fans rap be like, I think we just do it. But yo, they are so clever and witty as well, man. Like we
yeah,
are a community. Yo, man, I'm ecstatic. Like
it's crazy.
it's moments like these, man, where you know your purpose. It just feels good to be alive.
Yeah, man.
Feels
So,
real good.
yo, it's 408. You know what I mean? 4 plus 8 equals 12. 1 plus
Hey,
2 equals 3. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
There's 3
All
moons in each solar
communicated.
system. Nah, I made that up.
Right, right. Look,
But nah, so yeah, I want to let you get some sleep, man. This video is gonna
yeah,
come out immediately. I thank you, man, because honestly, this is, you know, I prefer to do the face to face, but you know, with the internet and all the technology we have, this is the next best thing. And like, this was such a dope interview, and hopefully we set the precedent for interviews, you know, we could do in the future. You know,
yeah, man. Come on, listen, man.
yeah.
I love shit
I
like this.
personally left out some stuff, man. I
Wait,
purposely left it out, man. Yeah,
what?
yeah. I left out some stuff because we need to do that in a different type of format. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
Healthy, healthy.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
you know, let's get it. You know, the bills is coming too.
yeah. Word.
You know what I mean? And then let me know if they talking about a part 2 or something. I don't know, anything, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. So
We just talking dirty all through this season right now. We gonna go out with this talk dirty thing. You know me, so I'm talking that talk, man.
word.
Word,
So
man.
more dope music from you. I
Yeah,
appreciate the
man.
time, man. I appreciate the time.
All the time, King.
Mhm.
Tell him, man. I am loaded. Oh yeah, I am loadedlux.com too. I'm gonna keep them updated on everything that's coming up too,
Mhm.
as far as that. But you know, the album is available at Rap Grid, there, and a few more places. You know,
Mhm.
tap in. Word, man. I'm honored. Thank you, Rec, man, for having me, champ. I mean that.
Man, salute to you, man.
Word, man. It was beautiful.
Yes,
Keep it
I
posted.
am Loaded Lux. I don't care if you don't got a job. You gonna get this work, nigga.
The only thing that worked, man. You know that. Huh?
Word.
Holla. I'm out here.